What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Today I'm going to be doing a Mexico Q&A, which I'm 100% sure it's going to turn more into like an immigration update status kind of video, because most of the questions were more on the immigration side. I do have, I believe, 2 videos that are kind of old on my YouTube channel, but you guys can always go back to those videos to check out a little bit more about my immigration, because I did more of like a story time. Today I'm going to be answering like the questions that you guys asked, but those videos are always there in case you guys want to go ahead and check those out also. Like I said, there is going to be some questions also about like people preguntándome like how it was in Mexico and things like that. But if you're here more for the immigration part and want to know how I did it to go back to Mexico, how I became a resident and all that stuff, then just keep on watching. Also, I do know that a lot of people thought that I just fixed my residence like recently, but I've actually had my residence for 3 years, but I'm still here to answer all the questions and everything that you guys want to know. So let's get on to the first question. La primera pregunta, vamos a empezar. How did you like Nochislan? So for those of you guys that follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and all that, you guys know that I went to Zacatecas and I went to a municipio called Nochislan, which is where George's family is from, and I loved it. I was so happy being there. If you guys have not seen my vlogs from there, then there is 2. Make sure you go and check that out. I cannot wait to go back. Okay. Next question. Did immigration ask you anything at the airport before heading out or after coming back? Whenever I left, they don't ask you anything pretty much. Actually, before I left here, no me preguntaron nada. Once I got to Mexico in the airport there, the process is super long when you fly international. That is something that I learned because I'm always like flying domestic, and I didn't know that it would like there's so much to you flying internationally. So sí me preguntaron que dónde vivo, and I said California, y me dijeron que por cuánto tiempo iba. Those are the only 2 questions. I was a little nervous. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure that like being born in Mexico, like it's okay to go, you know. El problema es poder regresar. That's where I was like, tengo miedo. Pero nada más eso me preguntaron. Next question. How did you start the process? I need all the info because I want to start the process for my husband. Okay, so first thing you want to do is reach out to a lawyer. It doesn't have to be just one lawyer. Like you can speak out to numerous lawyers and get different information. One lawyer might tell you one thing, another lawyer might tell you another thing. But my next question to you would be are you a citizen? If you are a citizen fixing to your husband, it'll be a lot easier. For me, I obviously got married to George. He was born here, so he is a US citizen, and we started the process just obviously by getting married. Next thing was heading over to a lawyer's office and kind of just getting all the paperwork ready. Every situation is different. As much as you want to think that every situation is like the same, like, oh, maybe we were both born in Mexico and you're both like our husbands are both born here, every situation can be different. So go talk to a lawyer. If you guys live out in the Bay Area, I can definitely post my lawyer's information down in the description box because you guys can give them a call. I love them. They have been so helpful. I literally just went there, I think it was on Friday, because I am trying to help my parents fix their citizenship. So if you guys have questions on that, like how to become a citizen after you're a resident, then I can definitely try to answer questions like that as well. How long was the process? My process to become a resident, like I said, I applied 3 years ago. I've been a resident for 3 years. I got approved under a little under 6 months. So here's the thing. My process was really fast due to the fact that I actually came here legally. There is a couple questions asking me if I went to Juarez, si tuve que ir a Mexico a Juárez y a pedir perdón. That's how you call it. I actually did not have to do that. My parents brought me here when I was 5 years old y me trajeron aquí con una visa de turista. La visa nos duró 10 años. I remember it was from 1999 up to 2009. I had a visa. I was able to still go back to Mexico, which we would do every year. Y eso me ayudó muchísimo porque cuando entras legal a los Estados Unidos no tienes que hacer todo el proceso de ir a pedir perdón y todas esas cosas. I just had some Wingstop. My favorite thing ever. I'm gonna try to like type up the question as well on the screen. That way, like, si hablo muy rápido lo que sea, at least you guys know what question I am answering. Okay. La siguiente pregunta es, how was the interview appointment? What questions did you ask? So, básicamente, como ustedes saben, yo arreglé por parte de mi esposo. Y cuando tú arreglas por parte de alguien, necesitas enseñar muchas pruebas. You need to show pictures of when you guys started dating, pictures when you got engaged, pictures when you guys went to birthday parties, like all kinds of pictures you guys need to prove. Which is why I recommend 100% that you guys go through a lawyer. And you do have to do your research because there is, unfortunately, a lot of lawyers that solamente te sacan el dinero and they don't end up helping you. So, like I said, if you guys are in the Bay Area, I recommend my lawyer. No lo conozco como personalmente, como que él sepa quién soy porque tiene muchísimos casos, pero en realidad me gustó cómo me trataron ahí, so yo lo recomiendo 100%. Cuando era tiempo de la entrevista, es casual, te mandan una carta diciéndote dónde va a ser tu entrevista, what time. You have to dress super professional. You cannot miss this appointment because if you miss it or anything, like, your process can just like turn like 10 times longer, you know. So en la entrevista yo estaba super nerviosa, but trust me, you guys, like, maybe it depends like quién te toque, porque obviamente son diferentes personas las que te entrevistan. But the interview was so laid back, okay? So they'll ask you guys questions. For example, they asked us like, when did you guys meet? And like at that point, like when it was questions like that, it wasn't questions referred to me and then asked to him and see if like our answers matched. Like, it was nothing like that. It was more like he asked a question and neither one of us could answer. But you do enter all this information when you put in your application, so you kind of want to hope that it matches, you know. También te preguntan cómo se llaman los papás de ella, cómo se llaman los papás de él, cómo se llaman los hermanos de ella, things like that, like questions that like you would know if you're married, you know. I don't think they didn't ask me questions like very like, I know some people les preguntan like, what color is your shower curtain, you know, like things that you have to kind of know. But no, those like, it's normal, you know, things that if you're married for like a good reason, like you're married because you want to be married, it's gonna be questions that are so easy. They also tell you like they don't recommend you taking kids to these interviews. I took my son. I 100% took my son because as soon as they saw Sebastian, they were like, oh, don't worry about it, like, you guys have a kid together, like, why would I even doubt this, like, don't worry, you know. And they approved it. So eso ayudó tal vez, but that's a little tip for you guys. ¿Fuiste con un abogado de inmigración o solo fue con un notario? Yo fui con un abogado de inmigración. Yo sé que notarios también te lo pueden llenar, pero un abogado de inmigración sé que va a saber un poco más, porque obviamente ha tenido muchísimos casos y de todo ha aprendido, you know. I actually made a mistake one time, and you guys would know that if you watch my previous immigration videos. When it was time to renew my residence, because after 2 years you can renew it if you got your residence through your spouse. I renewed it completely wrong because I decided to do it myself online. So I spent like $600. That application didn't go through. So I messed up. So I went back to my lawyer and I told him like, hey, like, I fucked up, you know, and he fixed it. I did have to pay again because immigration does not return you your money, pero yo sé que vale la pena ir mejor con un abogado para que estés segura que todo, seguras o seguro que todo se va a llenar al 100. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Where did you book your flight? How long were you able to go? So we went through Volaris. We went for 10 days. When you are a resident, I learned something new, fixing my parents' paperwork. When you are a resident, they basically want you to live in the US. So hay mucha gente que, por decir, mis papás, por ejemplo, ellos, they turn into residents y lo primero que querían hacer es ir a México y quedarse el mayor tiempo posible en México porque ya pueden ir. Pero si eres un residente, no recomiendan quedarte más de 6 meses en México cada vez que sales. So, y a la vez, en un año no puedes quedarte en México más de 6 meses como combinados. Porque ya cuando tú apliques para tu ciudadanía, ellos se fijan en eso, se fijan en todas tus salidas, todas tus entradas y te cuentan los días para saber cuánto tiempo pasaste allá y cuánto tiempo pasaste aquí, y ellos no recomiendan que estés más de 6 meses en México. So eso es buena información para saber también. Y no sé si contesté, pero nosotros nos fuimos con Volaris. Yo sé que Volaris, they say that it's a really bad airline. Luckily, we didn't have any trouble with them. Did you get to see your parents' home? No. So, el municipio de donde yo soy de Jerez, y a donde fui a Nochistlán. De hecho, está como unas 5 horas de retirado. Que, I mean, I could have driven, 5 hours is not too long to go back to my home, like where I grew up, where I was born. Pero, sadly, ahorita no se puede ir a donde yo soy. Muchísimas cosas han pasado y es muy triste. I feel like I cannot even talk about this topic because life in Mexico looks so freaking beautiful, pero a la vez hay tanto crimen, and unfortunately where we are from, a lot of people, including my family, has been affected by like crime out there. So I was not able to go there, pero ojalá y que algún día se compongan las cosas y yo pueda regresar ahí. That would mean the world to me, you guys. Pero no se pudo. When's the next visit to Mexico? I'm not sure yet. I'm just so happy that I was able to go and experience it, because you guys know, like, yo no había ido en 15 años. So the fact that I got to go and I got to experience it now as an adult, it was just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was beautiful. It was just unbelievably beautiful. Okay, la siguiente pregunta. Do you know a good lawyer? Like I said, if you guys are in the Bay Area or you're willing to drive out to the Bay Area, I will put my lawyer's information abajo. You guys can give them a call. They're pretty easy to work with. Usually they'll send you, they can even email you like a list of requirements that you need to do for your process, y they'll handle it. So, ¿tuviste que pedir perdón? No tuve que pedir perdón, porque como les expliqué, yo entré legalmente a los Estados Unidos con una visa, so no tuve que salir a pedir perdón. Did you have to leave during the process? No. So I know that a lot of people unfortunately tienen que salir, y a veces no se sabe si vas a regresar en un mes, 2 semanas, 6 meses, un año. Like, I've heard stories of people that have had to stay out there for like years and years. And it's freaking sad because, for example, me, and I think about it, I'm just like, I cannot imagine having to go back to, like, to live in Mexico, porque, yes, it's beautiful, yes, I love it, la gente, es tan bonito estar allá, pero a la vez, yo no sabría sobrevivir allá porque todo lo que yo conozco es aquí. So it's sad, but it's hard, you know. Um, did your husband petition for you? How long did it take? Yes, so like I said, we got married, and once we petitioned, en menos de 5 meses ya era residente. How much was everything? Application, lawyer, etc. En realidad no me acuerdo del costo exacto porque fue como hace 3 años, pero yo sé que pagamos menos de $3,000. So no es mucho because it's freaking life changing, you guys. Like I was brought here at 5 years old and I had a visa. But obviously, like, having a visa, you're not supposed to live here, you know? But we did. We lived here. In 2009, my visa expired. Everybody in my family, their visa expired. So en ese tiempo estábamos aquí de ilegal, you know? And it's freaking hard to be here illegally because el simple hecho de encontrar un trabajo es tan difícil. Manejar sin licencia es muy difícil también. I remember my siblings used to have to go to a whole different state donde sí se las daban a sacar su licencia. ¿Qué más les iba a decir? Yo cuando empecé a trabajar en una tienda mexicana in which they were okay for me to like not have a social, you know, and be able to work there. Y ya cuando empezó lo de DACA, I definitely took advantage of DACA. But DACA is a struggle too because you have to renew your work permit, and it's so much money, and you just don't know if it's ever gonna like be taken away or anything. Pero ya al ser residente es como a weight lifted off your shoulders. How long did it take? So like I said, under 6 months. Después de los 2 años de ser residente, ya puedes aplicar para tu residencia permanente. Y luego a los 3 años de estar casada, puedes ya aplicar a tu ciudadanía, que es el siguiente paso. I'm going to be applying for my citizenship pretty soon. I can already do it, but at the moment I'm kind of like dealing with my parents' citizenship and stuff. So once that's over with, then I'm gonna go ahead and start my process, which is not too hard. So and my husband is a citizen. He was actually born here. How long after your immigration appointment did it take you to get your residency? I got my residency maybe like 2 months after my interview, pero this was obviously before COVID, so I know that now because of COVID everything is just taking a little longer. Did you have to go to Juárez? No. Muchas de las preguntas están repetidas, so quiero asegurarme que conteste que les dé respuesta a todas, you know. ¿Cómo te sentiste estar de nuevo después de tanto tiempo? Como les digo, I feel like I had mixed emotions because one, I was so scared. Just hearing everything that happens in Mexico, I was so scared. You know, like to think that the country that you were born in, the country that like you're so proud of being from, like, and knowing like how bad is out there in certain places, like me daba miedo. Pero ya cuando estaba ahí, disfruté de todo, comí de todo. Era como una niña chiquita ahí porque todo me emocionaba, el mercado, los licuados, las nieves, todo. I loved it so freaking much, you guys. Why didn't you guys take baby Sebastian? So we didn't take Sebastian because I was being a little selfish. Parte, Sebastián no tenía su pasaporte, y por otra parte, I was being a little selfish because, how you guys know, like, yo no había ido a México en 15 años, y sé que ahorita cuando íbamos a ir era tiempo como de fiestas, mucha banda, y cosas así, and I knew that taking Sebastian, it was going to be a lot, like, it was going to be really hard to do certain things, for example, like being out late at night and things like that, like things that were just going to be like por ejemplo, like, había muchas cosas que ya no iba a poder hacer porque Sebastián iba a estar ahí. Y él, my baby, literally, you guys, like, he is obsessed with my parents. Like, he would 100% rather be with my parents at home than being out at a party or being out walking. Obviously, like, now that I got to experience it after 15 years, like, cool, you know, now I can take my son, maybe even go in the summer, like, cuando esté más calmado las cosas, cuando no haya tanta fiesta y cosas así, donde él pueda experimentar más como familia, you know, like, we were out till late, and it was kind of like, okay, if we took him, like, really, was he gonna enjoy being out late? Like, no, you know what I mean? Pero we had fun. He had a great time. He didn't, trust me, he didn't miss us. Pero ya para la siguiente vez, I would love to take my baby. Puedo arreglar mi ciudadanía, which is the next step. So if you guys have questions about how to get from being a resident to a citizen, puedo hablar de lo que yo sé. Todavía no hago el proceso, so I wouldn't know too much. But for example, I do want to go ahead and mention this because I just went through it with my parents. So if your parents happen to have Medi-Cal, the immigration fee, for example, for them to be for them to fix their citizenship after being residents, that fee can be waived because they have Medi-Cal. So definitely you guys have to take advantage because it is a fee of like $750 per person to immigration once you apply. So if you guys are going through that and you guys have Medi-Cal, you guys can prove that you guys have Medi-Cal, then they can waive that fee for you. I know that because they just told me that on my parents' case. Otra cosa, no sé si se acuerdan, mi mamá tuvo una cirugía en su cerebro. Ella siempre ha tenido epilepsia y también su doctor pudo llenar una forma. No recuerdo la forma, pero si ustedes les interesa me pueden mandar mensaje y yo busco la forma. Pero es una forma que su doctor puede llenar para que, por ejemplo, si los aprueban, ellos no tengan que tomar su examen. Porque, por ejemplo, mi mamá, por su salud y todo eso, ella no entendería las preguntas. Ella no podría pasar el examen, so su doctor le llenó una forma para eso. I'm hoping that my parents' citizenship gets approved. We don't know, but I did learn a little bit when it comes to that, so yeah. But that is it for today's video. I hope I answered everyone's questions. A lot of the questions, there were so many, pero muchas estaban repetidas. If you feel like I didn't answer something or you have any more questions, then just please leave them in the comments below and we can have a conversation there. I'll be happy to answer you guys. Si digo mucho, perdón. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Remember, my lawyer's contact information is gonna be in the bottom. If you guys have any questions, if you guys are in the Bay Area, in the 219 area, or anywhere around and you're willing to drive out to them, then I'll put the information there for you guys. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it is helpful to many of you guys. And like I said, if you guys have any more questions, then just leave them down below or feel free to DM me and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!